Hello YouTube, and welcome back to another episode here at WILDMAN Lifts. I'm your host, WILDMAN. Now on today's episode, we're going to continue to lift with the chains as chain week continues. Now I'm going to be doing the deadlift today, and in between all my repetitions, I'm going to be doing some stone work and some weighted ab mat sit-ups. That's something new. And I'm going to be doing some running as well. And all of this by the end is going to be a pretty decent and sweaty workout. So let's pop in and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So for today's giant set, I'm starting off with the stone over shoulder to get my explosiveness up. And then I'm going to be moving to the deadlifts, and eventually I'm going to be adding chains. And you'll notice that all my reps are going to be singles, where I start completely over from the bottom and work my way up. Just not this set, that'll come later. And I'm going to be doing some weighted sit-ups, which is something I haven't done before, but I felt like it was a good indicator to test to see how well my workout is going. And I'm going to be doing a 100-meter shuttle run, where I run to and from my outdoor gym like this 3 times, and that equals about 100 meters. While you can listen to the background, I'll be listening to the oldies but goodies from the 50s as I go through my workout. And that's going to be the giant set for the day. But like I said before, I'm going to add 45 pounds of chains to the lift, so factor that into the math as we go on. Now on this particular day, I was feeling rather sluggish, which is another reason why I love giant set format. It's a way for me to test how I'm feeling in the moment, and if I can move a little bit more efficiently within my giant sets, then I know that I'm getting the best workout that I possibly can, because I'm warming up. Now a lot of people ask me, you're a big guy and you're pretty strong, but how are you able to do burpees and pull-ups and maintain your strength as well? And the answer is simple. It's giant set format. And it doesn't need to be that hard. What I like to do is I usually like to take a strength movement, and then I like to take another movement that's its antagonist, or opposing movement, or an explosive movement if it doesn't have an antagonist, and some type of core work and some type of cardio or conditioning work. And sometimes one movement can fit all of those things, so I don't need to be very particular about the other movements. The whole point of giant set format too is to not gas yourself out as you're going up in weight. So for me, I like to keep it simple. I like to do my strength giant sets within 6 to 7 rounds. And then my variation, dependent upon what I did with my strength, is either 4 to 3 rounds, making it 10 rounds total. So if I do 3 burpees, let's say, in 10 rounds, that makes it 30 burpees total. And if I jump over the bar as well, that's 30 bar facing burpees. Now, if you were to do 30 burpees before your workout or 30 burpees after your workout, then you may run into a problem, because that's a lot of burpees to do at one point, and you might risk an injury, and you may not be getting the condition that you want other than a mindset test. But when you do 3 burpees in between your rounds and you stretch it out, then you're doing 30 burpees total, but you're doing more than just getting a conditioning workout and teaching your body good movement mechanics. You're also warming up your body to perform those heavier movements as the weight gets heavier. Same thing with pull-ups as I'm doing back squats. I like to make sure that my upper back is strong and primed for that bar to have enough meaty portion to sit on as I'm doing back squats. What better way to do that than to do pull-ups? When you're doing pull-ups, you're pumping blood into that muscle, and if you're only doing 3 at a time, then you're doing 30 pull-ups at the end of the 10 rounds, and your back has been conditioned to handle that heavier load on the back squat. But again, if you're just trying to stay in shape and get strong, then all you have to do is just pick a simple barbell movement and then add whatever ones you want in there, but don't add too many. Add like what I'm doing, which is 3 reps. 3 reps seems to be the perfect amount of reps to do as you're going up in weight, or if you're just maintaining. Sheesh, I'm trying to give good advice over here, and myself in this video screws it all up by misloading that plate. Man, that could have been catastrophic, but fortunately, I'm okay. I corrected the problem, and now we can move on with the workout without any more weird hiccups, as long as I continue to check the plates and my math as I go up in weight. But as I was saying, and I do live as a testament to the fact that training in giant set format is the perfect way to get everything nice and balanced, to go up in strength, conditioning, and to make sure that you're perfectly well balanced all around. The best way to go is giant set, which a prime example is demonstrated here, as I'm about to lift 3 reps at 410 pounds total, and my deadlift has been going up since my surgery very consistently and at a rapid pace. And my running, swimming, and biking has also gotten better, and my core has gotten a lot stronger, and all of the antagonistic muscles that help support big lifts like these have all gone up. And that's just simply because I'm training in giant set format. So instead of just doing a deadlift session and taking a lot of rest in between the reps, there's a lot of things that you could do in between those reps that won't affect your overall strength as you're training in this particular lift, that you can also do to improve your athleticism and your conditioning as well. And that's why I like to train in this format, because I'm able to hit all those areas nicely. All right, so that went fantastic. Now, the reason why I'm training with singles at a dead stop rather than once I do one rep, holding it for reps, is because that way is a lot easier. When you're starting all the way from the bottom and working your way up at a dead stop, that's actually a lot harder. But for some people, that's actually easier for them. But for me, I like to be a lot more upright when I lift. Hence why when I get into the mixed grip position, I'm a lot more powerful because I can be a little bit more upright and I can squeeze that bar. So I'm able to get myself into a very powerful position from the way that my body is designed to be. So training in this format where I'm starting from the bottom with straps, so I can't squeeze the bottom and I can't get really into that upright position that I want, I have to really practice a lot to get in that position. And that's why the chains are fantastic to train with. And this was a great training session because as I was going up in weight, I was able to maintain the position that I'm most powerful in and get myself familiarized with it after every rep, including when it was at its heaviest. Now let's go pop over and finish this workout and do some stone work. Now for the variation giant set, I was doing 3 rounds and I was gonna work my way up to a 1 rep max stone to shoulder, starting with the 84 pounder and then moving to the 156 pounder. If you saw my video last time, I was able to lift this. So this wasn't that big of a deal, but what I really wanted to do was hit the stone after that. This is called the buffalo stone, and the next stone was called the ox stone. And I missed that one last time. So this time around I thought, well, I'm gonna give it a try. And to be honest with you, I wasn't really feeling 100%. I felt like the deadlifts and all of the accumulated work I had done so far had zapped my central nervous system. But surprisingly, I got my position correctly and it went up pretty smooth. Like, I was super happy with that. It just means that my bicep tendon that was reattached is starting to work. And I was very happy about that, if you couldn't tell. And I just continued to do more weighted pull-ups in between my sets of working up to that heavy stone. And I continued to do my 100-meter shuttle runs as well, just to keep it easier. I like to keep track of everything towards the very end so that I hit a certain goal by the time I'm done. And for the assistance giant set, I was doing 3 rounds, and I started with the braid straight arm lat pulls. That really helps with your deadlift. And I also did some Nordic hamstring curls. This is a good exercise to do for your hamstrings, but it's also pretty good for your chest, just to get that explosive movement. So I'm kind of doing double duty on that exercise. And then I extended the run a little bit more. So I'd run outside my gym, and I would go down to a certain designated spot and run back, which would be 200 meters total. And by the time I was done with all of that, I would have done 1 mile of total running. And for the accessory giant set, I was doing 3 rounds, and I was doing some supination curls with the 25-pound kettlebells, just to try to get that bicep tendon to really start working. And let me tell you, I was feeling it by the time I got to this point. And I did some hitchhikers as well for overall shoulder stability, but I also added in face pulls as well, because face pulls is something that really gets my back activated. So I really wanted to make sure I was getting a well-balanced workout this time. And I ended with flutter kicks, just to hit that lower ab and to do some hip conditioning as well. And that was the total workout for the day. All right, so that's it for the day. Hopefully you learned something new about getting in shape and getting strong at the exact same time. Until next time, thank you.